Welcome back to Brisket Medic. Today we got a great video for you, and I'm excited to share a new grill with you as we cook some pork steaks. A few months ago, a friend and a fan of mine, he also follows us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. If you don't, you should too. He contacted me about a brisket that he was cooking on his pellet grill, and he was worried that it wouldn't turn out the same because he has a very small grill. Well, after talking to him for a while, I was really interested in the grill that he was using, and he sent me this information on this pellet smoker. He also sent me just the other day that BJ's, it's kind of like Costco and Sam's, had it on sale for $99, and normally it was $260. So of course I jumped on it and bought this $99 pellet smoker from BJ's. It's the Country Smokers CS 150 PPG. I assume that stands for portable pellet grill. Has 256 total square inches of surface inches of cooking surface. 256 inches of cooking surface. There we go. And it can hold up to 3.5 pounds in the hopper. It's got digital controls, advanced design, and a direct sear feature. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up and check it out. It's pretty heavy. I'll tell you right now, the box itself is pretty heavy. I did do a little bit of reading on this to see as far as the portability goes. It'll work well in our camper because it is smaller. There's nothing to fold up. It's all together this small, but the operating capacity of it takes about 200 watts of energy for the igniter to work. Now, I believe there's a way I can switch the igniter off if I wired in a toggle switch and run this off of like a solar generator or a portable battery pack. I think it'll last for an entire cook, like an 8 or 9 hour cook. So we'll try that later on in the future. Today, I just want to open it up, take a look at it, and cook some pork steaks. We can get it open. Oh, what's that? Let's try again. Oh, there's that. Let's see. A nice book, English and Spanish, setting up, starting it. Oh, and French, troubleshooting, all that good stuff, warranty information. Honestly, I didn't expect any of that to come with it, being at the price point that it was at. I figured they were kind of like, yeah, you're on your own for this for $100. Let me bring you in closer. Let's do just kind of a fast overview of this thing. It looks like the only thing to assemble is putting the handle on, putting the feet on, and attaching the grease trap. They did give us a grill cover, which is pretty awesome. I did not expect that. This is pretty impressive. It's about the same gauge metal as you would expect on any pellet smoker. It's not thin and flimsy like you would expect. I mean, for $100, I didn't expect a whole lot. It's got a very nice construction to it. So I'm going to put these legs and the handle on it and let you see all the way around it once it's fully assembled. Guys, let's go over this. We're going to start from the right side and go all the way around the outside and then go on to the inside. First of all, we see this drip tray, and it has a super easy slide on, slide off system. I actually love the way these feet sit because that thing will sit on there whether it's sitting on a surface or not. If it doesn't need to hang off the side of the table, so that's really nice. We come around to the front, we see we've got a nice handle. We've got some toggle latches on the front here. We got the feet underneath it, and we've got this very nice, looks like a 2.5 inch gauge on the front of it, so that we could see the temperature inside the smoker. and make our way around. There's some ventilation for the computer elements and parts that are working in there for the pellet side. And then around the back, you see the exhaust is in the top of the lid, and the electrical plug-in on the back side there. So as we open it up, we see that inside we've got a lot of cool options, cool things in here. We see that there's felt all the way around the inside of this door. That's going to help seal that in and make these pellets work more efficiently, as it's forcing everything to the back of the grill out of the exhaust. And then we've got our removable extra surface cooking area that's easy to remove. You just flip up and move to the side. And then underneath the grates, we've got this cool sear feature with just an easy slide to make that happen. So really nice, easy to assemble. It took me less than 10 minutes to get this whole thing assembled. So very, very easy. I'm super pleased with it. So I'm going to read the instructions and see how they want us to do our first startup on this. And I'll show you how to get this bad boy rolling. All right, so we've got our hopper filled with pellets, and I went ahead and put a couple of handfuls into the actual pot to prime, because it's going to take a little bit of pellet time for that to get through the auger and into the pot. So for the first time, they say you need to prime that. So we're going to turn it over here to smoke. Open the lid, and we're going to let this run for 3 minutes on smoke, and then we're going to turn it up to 375 and let it run for 30 minutes. Our initial burn-in will be done by then, and at that point I'm going to start prepping our pork steaks. You can probably hear just a little bit of this wind blowing, or the fan blowing on this smoker. It's really not very loud, but I can smell the glue and all that stuff that's coming off of the initial burn-in. And while that's happening, we're going to go ahead and start prepping our Snow's barbecue style pork steaks. I love their simple approach to it. The only thing I'm going to do different, instead of using 60-40 salt and pepper ratio, is I'm going to be using 60-40 seasoned it all salt and pepper. And then I've already made up some spritz that's very similar to theirs. It's basically just water, butter, Worcestershire sauce, apple cider vinegar, onion, and butter. I already said butter. Very simple spritz. They use it as a mop. I don't want to put that much liquid into this machine. So I'm just going to spritz it, and we're going to cut them about inch and a half, see how many we can get out of this pork butt, throw some seasoning on it, let this finish burning in, and then get it on the smoker. I'm going to bust in here just a minute, guys, and I'm going to apologize for the poor audio quality. Somehow my microphone got unplugged about halfway through this video. I do apologize about that. I didn't realize it until I was editing it, and so I am sorry. But I am going to remind you to go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and check out that new super thanks or super like or whatever. But anyways, I want to apologize for that. Make sure that you hit that like, you hit subscribe, you ring the bell so you don't miss anything. And I hope that you enjoy this review of this cool little cooker, but also a great recipe for Snow's barbecue style pork steaks. Okay folks, we've got our pork steaks on, and that extra piece there is where the bone started, and I didn't want to waste that, so I'm just going to put it on here and cook it like a regular pork butt. Great, they're out barking. So we're going to put it on 300 for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then we're going to crank it up to 375 for another 20 minutes until these are done. Internal temperature about 160, 165, and I'm looking for a nice crisp outer layer. So we've been going at it for about 30 minutes now at 400 degrees. I said 375, but I didn't realize that it changed to 50 degree increments after it passes 350. So it goes up 25 degrees all the way up to 350, and then at 350 it goes to 50 degree increments all the way up to the high setting, which is like 500, 550, depending on where it lands. This is not a PID controller, but I don't think it really needs to be on something this small. The algorithms for a controller like this are pretty controllable and pretty accurate because of the surface area and the volume that it's heating up. It's pretty well controllable. So we checked them with our instant read Inkbird thermometer, and they're sitting right around 135 to 140, so we're going to let them keep riding. I'm about to put my meat stick X inside that large piece of pork butt because we're going to be cooking it like pulled pork, and it's going to be in there a little bit. Other than that, we're going to be hanging out here for another 20 minutes or so. Keep spritzing, and I spritzed it twice. I'll probably spritz it one more time and call it good until it's finished. 160, 165 internal temperature. Let it sit and rest for a minute, and then we'll try it out. These are tipping about 150 degrees. I don't know why I said 160 earlier. You can really pull pork, especially, not pull it, but like pull it off the grill at 145 to 160 degrees. And so I think 150 is going to be perfect. These are going to carry over a little bit to probably 155, close to 160 when I pull them off because it is so hot outside. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these. I'm going to let them rest for about 5 minutes, and then we'll give them a taste test. These did take just under an hour to cook. And for as loaded down as I have this little grill, pellet smoker, pellet grill, whatever you want to call it, that's impressive. I've got my meat stick X in the rest of the pork butt with the bone in because we're going to cook that just like a regular pork butt and have pulled pork with it. So here we go. All right, folks, they're pulled off, they're roasted. So see how they taste now. Great little smoke ring on them. Of course, that has a lot to do with myoglobin and things like that. But hey, that's outstanding. I think a lot of times we forget about these simple, really great things like a pork steak. A steak cut out of a pork belly, or pork shoulder, Boston butt, and something as simple as just season it all, seasoned salt and black pepper. Very impressed with this little smoker. $99. It was on sale at BJ's. I think it's back up to like $259 now. But keep an eye on it. Country Smokers PPG 150, I believe, is the model of it. I'm not mad about it. Pretty cool. I think it'll go in our camper really well and serve us well as we do our traveling. Thank you, Paul, for your suggestion. It's a great little grill. Y'all have a good one.